Hey guys, how's it going? Y'all want to learn how to hack today? Well, let's get started. I'm going to show y'all how to do some subdomain fuzzing in under 12 lines of Python. It might be around exactly 12 lines, but let's get started. I'm going to open up my fuzz. Actually, before I open up anything, I'm going to create a Word file. This is a really small sample Word file that we're going to utilize in order to perform this subdomain fuzzing. I'm going to use the crunch utility, and I'm going to give it a range of 3 characters. The 3 characters are only generating combinations of 3 characters at a time, and the input set that I'm going to give it is V, W, X, Y, and Z. Really small subset, and I'm going to send it to wordfile.txt. 125 subdomains that we're going to check, but in the end, we're going to be fuzzing my subdomains for evildojo.com, of which I believe I have like 1 or 2 at most, www being one of them, and so we would expect to get some positive result when fuzzing this input set. So this is kind of like a practical example of how to perform some fuzzing, even if you didn't have any tools on the premises other than just Python. There are subdomain tools out there already that do fuzzing and enumeration for you, but like if you want to do it from scratch, I'm going to show you how to do that today. Let's go into myfuzz2.py because that one's currently not taken. Actually, we're going to go and touch it, and then we're going to chmod plus exit. And now we're going to go inside. Set it up so that you can just like /run it. You don't have to type Python every single time that we want to use it. To start with, our first thing we want to do is open up the actual file. But before we do that, we want to make sure we import everything that we need. So we're going to import requests as R. We're going to import from sys import argv. We'll see if we need anything else. With open argv of 2, because that's going to be the actual Word file that we pass in, and we're opening it in read mode. We're opening this as the file handle named infile. And we want to enumerate each word or subdomain, each subdomain in infile. Then we want to chop off the new line, which we can do that using Python string slicing, which allows you to essentially substring a string. In this case, we're just chopping off the last character. Once we've actually grabbed the subdomain from the file and we have appropriately formatted it, we can then try to perform an r.get on, specifically if you want to pass in a protocol, you're going to have to pass in either HTTP, HTTPS, or something else, because passing in just the subdomain and the domain is not going to work. I'm doing this as a format string, so you can do subdomain in the curly brackets, followed by a dot, followed by the domain that you actually specify on the command line, which in this case would be domain equals argv of 1, which in this case we can actually put argv of 1 right there instead of actually creating a whole new variable for it. And if that fails, we can print some sort of error message. And if you want to be nice to the internet, you should slow down your requests. So from time, we're going to import sleep. At the end of each loop, you could do sleep for like half a second. And if we actually find anything and it doesn't like accept on us, then we can go ahead and print like what subdomain actually returned a positive result for us. If we didn't want to print out like an error every single time, we could always print or like not print this and then just like pass the line. So I know we're sitting at 14 lines of code, but like certain things are like more or less not necessary. For instance, we could get rid of the sleep check entirely. You could also get rid of printing any sort of output information if there's an error. Of course, it's going to only result in being able to see which domains actually succeed. So can we actually run this? So if I did /myfuzz2.py evildojo.com and then wordfile.txt. Now, as I said, we're not going to get any output until it actually gives us a positive response for one of the generated domains that we passed in there. I expect www to actually show up. I haven't actually run the script yet. Boom, there you go. Fuzzing subdomains for under 12 lines of Python. The proof is in the pudding, guys. Come learn how to hack. Come check me out. I've got a new course coming up on Skillshare called Zero to Hacker, Introduction to C and Linux. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing, guys. Come hang out. Come get some credit on Ting. Come get some privacy. Come get some virtual private servers. I'm giving them away for free. Come get some free coins on Coinbase. Check out my Skillshare. It's going to be live soon. evildojo.com, y'all.